Oh my gosh. Hello,
What?
Amanda.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready for this.
I am too. The thing is we're not going to have a whole lot of people on here because of all the trauma that's going on the YouTube.
Yeah. Mhm.
This is ridiculous. So many people could be making such a big difference, but yet they would rather do this tit for tat stupid stuff, which is it just irritates me. I'll go off of that subject now. So how's your day been?
Oh, it's been okay. Nothing
Can you
special.
hear me okay?
Yep. I hear you good.
Well, let's just wait a few minutes. Hello, Tara. Oh, well, you can listen. You don't have to. I mean, I understand. I didn't get off work till late, so
Yeah, you can catch the
but
replay if you don't get to watch it now.
yep, exactly. And you or you can listen to it or catch the replay. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. If she's working, there's no way she's going to be listening.
Well, some people can listen at work, but
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
know.
I can. I can sometimes if I'm not real busy. But I just
Yeah.
appreciate your support, Tara. I appreciate you a lot. Oh, she can listen.
Okay,
Good.
good.
I wish.
I think it's
Oh, I'll
gonna
put
be a good one.
phone on vibrate now. If not, it's going to be going up like crazy. I'm so addicted to TikTok, you guys, and I'm telling you, it's bad. I got caught doing a TikTok at work today by a customer. I thought I was in the antique room, and he come around the corner, and I'm like, he goes, "Are you doing a TikTok?" I go, "Yes."
What were you doing it about?
I don't know. It was just something stupid. It was, um, I don't remember. It's my last TikTok I did.
Well, I
Oh,
never
well,
get on there. Remember?
yeah, I know. About looking like a scientist. It's funny. Yes. How was your day?
Oh, like I said, it was pretty non-eventful. Just
Yeah,
regular old day.
yeah. No dogs got out today.
No, thank God.
Yeah. Once I was pulling down my lane because I live down a dead end. Um, oh my gosh, it's a no outlet road that we live on, and my dogs have the collars on, so if they go over their perimeter, it'll like vibrate first.
Mhm.
Them little shysters, they've got it figured out to where if they run through it real quick, it'll only hurt for a second, the shock,
Mhm.
and they'll run through it to get away, but to come back, they'll sit there until I come and get them. So they were sitting
Mhm.
there across the road, and I had to physically like get out of my truck, park my truck, walk all the way back, and I had to walk with them.
Mhm.
They yelped on the way back in. Oh my gosh. These
Oh yeah. Well, it's like the
dogs,
other day. Those dogs was way up. I don't even know how to explain it. But a guy had told us he seen them up on the hill,
yeah.
and so Ricky went up there with the truck, and I stayed here in case one of them came back. Well, the two older ones, he saw both of them, and he got one of them in the truck. Well, he got both of them in the truck, and he said the other one hopped out the front window
Oh
and
gosh.
was gone, and the little one was nowhere to be saw, and I was scared because I didn't know if he could find his way back home.
Did I ever
But
tell you? Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you
I
was
was just gonna
done.
say, well, he come and got me, and we drove around, didn't see anything. We come back home, and they were all here.
Oh god.
So the other two were waiting outside the fence.
Oh geez, yeah. Did I ever tell you about the time that my mom and my dad went on vacation and I had to take care of their cat? And I had two little girls at the time. So I had a Chevy Uplander. And I always went on my lunch break to feed their cat and, let her out for a little bit. Well, it was in July, so I had my window down in my van, and
Mhm.
I went and fed her. I let her out, and I think I went into the bathroom, and I came back out, locked the house up, and when I got off of work, which was usually about 2:30, I would go let her back in.
Mhm.
So I'm driving down Highway 5, and it's okay, Broken Justice. I appreciate you here. I'm driving down Highway 5 and going about 35 miles an hour, and I had already went maybe 2 miles. And that cat had got in the back seat of my Chevy Uplander van, jumped onto the back of my head and out the window, and she went rolling.
Oh my
This
gosh.
this was, I'm serious, 2 miles away from my mom and dad's house, 35
Mhm.
miles an hour driving, and that cat was gone for 3 months.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom and dad, they were devastated because all of us kids, were out on our own, and they adopted this cat, and it was the love of their life. My mom and dad cried like a baby,
Mhm.
especially my dad. And this is no shit. My niece, who has some autism, but boy, she can whistle and screech when she yells. She's loud.
Yeah.
3 months later, my niece was there, and she was maybe 13 or 14 at the time, and she was screaming, Miss Kitty, because that's their name of their cat, Miss
Mhm.
Kitty. And my dad was sitting outside, and here comes that cat 3 months later.
Oh my gosh, that's a miracle. I
Three
lost one
months
for a
later,
cat
and
for
that cat,
2 weeks and freaked out.
yeah, that cat is now 22 years old.
Oh gosh. I
Yep,
have one that lived to 17.
yep, she is old, old, old. Hello, Days 276. Live
Yeah,
chat
hello.
reminder. Live chat reminder.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, Tara. I wasn't literally, that cat didn't hurt me. I thought somebody had got me. I'm driving. I'm surprised.
Somebody was
I
hiding in the back seat.
I don't know how I didn't wreck, because that's Highway 5, and it's the main highway that goes through town. That cat jumped on the back of my head and out the window. Oh, I bet she was worried that the cat would have gotten hurt. Well, it rolled and then got back up, but I thought somebody had grabbed me from behind. It was awful.
Gosh.
It was terrible,
Well, that cat had 9 lives, apparently.
I guess. Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Anyways,
Broken Justice. I didn't get to say hi to her.
yeah, hello, Broken Justice. I was just saying we're not going to have a whole lot of people in here because of all the stupid, stupid, stupid drama that's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm frustrated, you guys, because like I said, they could be doing so much more with this community. They are ruining it for all of us.
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating to me.
It's not
I
true
guess
crime anymore.
no, no. That's why I only go to very few channels.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, Broken Justice, what is that channel that I subbed to last night? What's the name of that lady? Oh, I got it. I'm sorry. I had my phone on. I really like her, and I don't know if you're able to drop her link and
Is she
drop
a mod?
Broken Justice has been a mod.
Oh, she can drop the link then.
Yeah, drop that Convictions, I think is her name. Convictions. Something Convictions. And then drop your channels too. She's actually coming out with her new channel, which is her old name, who Dorothy decided to steal. You know who I'm talking about? Chatterbox.
Oh, yeah.
Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
Dorothy's taken her. She's taken her channel back. She's not tolerating it.
No good. Yeah. Dorothy's just lost her mind.
Yeah. Oh my, they
She's
all
always got
have.
to have somebody to drag, you know.
Yeah, I don't like it. I hate it. Like I said, there's a lot of people I dislike on here, but I would not be on my channel calling them such terrible names, dragging them, bringing kids into their stupid
Mhm.
drama. I mean, and we wonder why kids are the way they are these days. Look at the parenting. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just unbelievable. Anyways, so Broken Justice, drop those channels, that convictions, whatever, I can't remember the other name. And then drop your channel, Broken Justice, and then checking convictions. You'll have to sub to her. She's really nice, Amanda. You know what I really
Okay.
like about her? She
What?
don't
No drama?
know. She don't know these people. She's never
Oh,
heard of NC. She's never heard of anybody, Dorothy, any of them. So she knows how to stay away from it. So I'm gonna definitely
yeah.
I already subbed to her last night.
I will. She drops the link.
Yep.
Um, have you guys heard that Natasha got another channel today? Anybody heard that?
That's what you just told me.
Yeah, but I heard a couple people say it, but I don't know.
I don't know how, because isn't your what is the address? Your
IP address.
Yeah. You would think, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, she got away with it that time that Robbie gave her a channel, so she may be able to slide with it for a little bit. Because I don't know if she ever put that channel in her name or not.
The only thing I can say with that is let her have the channel, give her this last chance, let her do some true crime, let her, she has a lot of followers, and let her do some good.
Yeah, if she would, that's the problem.
Well, if she don't, then she, lesson learned. If she doesn't, if they give her this, if she has this other channel and she does wrong with it, then you know what? That is on her and it's her own fault.
Right. And she's not going to, though. The videos that I watched Country Joe play today, she was so arrogant and smug and blaming everybody just like she always does.
That's the problem right there. Everybody blames everybody else except for themselves. And that's including everybody else other than Natasha too. I mean, people don't take accountability. And like I said, it's easy to fall into the drama, but who wants to live like that? I like to laugh, and thank you, Cheryl. I like to laugh and have fun and really get into what we're talking about, which, speaking of that, tomorrow or Thursday night, or no, Wednesday, tomorrow night. Yeah. Alex and I think Chris and support with Steffa, we're going to be doing another Delphi update on my channel tomorrow night. I'm not sure at the time. We're still trying to get the kinks fixed, figured out. And then Amanda and me are going to be doing the Solder Kids, which she's got me so addicted to that, you guys. You do. I think she's told me about this, 6 months ago?
Yeah. And the thing with them is, so I'm not sure that when we do it, we might have to make it like a part 2, because to me, there's just so much to it.
There's so much. There's so much. Oh my goodness. You're right. There's a lot. We probably will have to do a 1 part and then maybe the next night do another part, so it doesn't, we can't get too many days away, because then
people forget. Yeah.
6 months ago, I had never heard of it. I live in a small town, Iowa. I didn't know about a lot of things, and I'm going to be 50 years old in December. So
I only know about it because it happened in my state.
Yes.
And I don't know how much you guys know about it, but when I was really young, they put up 30.
Sorry.
Who?
Autumn.
Oh, Autumn. Okay. Yeah, they put up a billboard that was up for like 40 years. The parents trying to find out what happened to their kids. Um, so I saw that billboard when I was about 10, and that story always stuck with me because once you guys hear it, if you haven't heard about it, you'll understand why.
Yeah. I watched several different documentaries on it and videos,
Mhm.
and I have a whole tablet on the solder kits. I haven't. I think there was 1 week, maybe 2 weeks straight. That's all I did. I wasn't doing anything else on YouTube other than just listening to other people's perspective on it, their ideas. Um,
Mhm.
I could cry for those parents of those kids and the remaining family. I mean, I just, you don't, if, I'm sure there's other people that think maybe they did burn up in the fire and other people think no. And
Yeah, they were kidnapped or
yeah, or
something.
kidnapped. It's just weird how a lot of things, we'll get into that, but there's so many things that makes me think that they was kidnapped, possibly worse. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard
Yep.
of the new girl from Indiana that um, showed up dead yesterday? It's sad.
I just heard it through you. Yeah.
Yep, yep. She was 10 years old. It just makes me sick. And
But what weren't the Delphi in that same state we're talking about in
yes,
Indiana?
yes, yes, yes.
And she was found on a path, so that's
Yep,
kind of similar.
yep. I don't know if it, I don't know if it is related. We know, but I'm sure they're wondering. It's kind of like the two little girls um, from Iowa that the cousins that came up missing.
Mhm.
They were, it's just there's so many things going on, and that goes along with all the evil in this world, and that goes along with what our video is about tonight. Do you believe in demonic possession?
Right.
Now, before we get
I
started,
do.
myself, I believe if you let evil in, or if you play around with evil, you could easily let them in.
Well,
If
yeah, both
yeah,
because
well,
I don't want to interrupt, but I used to do a lot of I wouldn't call it ghost hunting, but I would go to different places that, were supposed to be haunted, houses
yeah,
up to asylums,
hmm
and there's just something with it. And also, I believe you can bring that home with you if you
yeah.
don't do
That's
the
what
right.
I am
Oh, are you
literally.
going to do the protection
I'm
prayer,
doing it right
Allison?
now.
Okay.
Before we get started, but Autumn says, "Have you seen News Scroll Hole? Cool channel." I'll have
Oh,
to.
yeah, I read that.
I'm gonna write that down because I like cool channels. As long as they're not
Right.
drama, I like them.
Yeah.
News Scroll Hole.
Scroll hole.
I've never heard of them, but
Is
thank
it true
you.
crime, Autumn? I'm just curious.
Or maybe it's somebody that does commentary in a nice way.
Yeah.
I really like that B plus too. Um, she don't go to going below the belt that mean and hateful
look
about
what
things.
look what Broken Justice says. They're fixing to arrest somebody on the Delphi.
Oh my gosh. When was that? When did they come out with that?
Watson ritual stuff, Autumn said.
Oh, Watts and ritual stuff. She is very
That's
smart.
okay. Yeah.
That's okay. Oh, that's okay, Broken Justice. You can always, we're going to probably be doing a lot more of this because like I said, I do believe in the demonic possessions. I believe, speaking of Watts, I think that's what happened with him. Um
Mhm.
I
Absolutely.
I believe that Austin Harif Harrouf, Harrouf, or something like that. I believe he was taken hold of by a demon. And literally, I believe my friend was my friend. I think she is totally possessed.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's one of the things that we were talking about is, you know, possession or even the devil.
Yep.
You know, if you're sick, it could be you're just sick with cancer, or you have deep depression, or
If you've ever
anything
been
like that.
molested as a child.
And evil just,
Mm-hmm.
they come to you when you're weakest. They really do.
Yep.
And that lets them get in.
Yep. Anyways, I'm going to read the Bible verse because
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my home
Yeah,
safe.
we need that. A protection prayer. Everybody needs that while we're listening to it.
Yes. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. I'm going to do that now, and then before I go to bed. Right. I have my faith in Jesus is very strong. There's no evil going to get around me.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. So shall we get started with the video?
Oh, yeah. God. Yep. I'm ready when you are. You guys get prepared.
Yeah. I got to make sure. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to make sure I do this.
The 16-minute one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay.
You might be asking
commercial.
Yourself, can you actually create high-quality live streams?
So we're about to discuss a case of demonic possession so chilling and controversial that it actually became the movie The Exorcist.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Can you guys see this on screen?
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Share your screen somehow. I don't know anything about it.
I'm telling you. It, share screen. Okay. Entire screen. Okay, now let me try it. Maybe. Okay, now.
So we're about to discuss a case of demonic possession so chilling and controversial that it actually became.
Can you guys see it now? What?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to get mad.
You can do it.
I'm trying. I'm doing everything.
That's what I said. You can do it.
Oh, I know what it is. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Now.
So we're about to discuss a case of demonic possession so
can you guys see it?
Yep.
Chilling and controversial that it actually became the movie The Exorcism.
Let's see. We don't want to go through all this part, do we, Amanda?
Yeah, because it explains the movie
like
actual that it was based on.
Possession that went to court.
Wait, did they like sue the demon?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Born in 1952 in the small town of Klingenberg in Bavaria, Germany, Anneliese Michel was raised as a strict Catholic and was described as very bright and likable. In September 1968, when Anneliese was 16 years old, she experienced her first episode of losing consciousness, and later that night, she felt as if something was pressing down on her chest, pinning her to her bed. 11 months later, in August 1969, a similar event occurred, and her mother took Anneliese to the family doctor, Dr. Vogt, and a neurologist, Dr. Luthi, who examined her and even ran an EEG, a brain scan, but found nothing wrong. They hypothesized that it could possibly be a form of seizure. Over the next 3 years, Anneliese would have 2 more similar episodes and was prescribed 2 medications, an
Okay, I gotta stop this every so often, you guys. I don't want to get in trouble. And I will be, because this channel creator, I don't want to get him upset, but I am going to make sure I put it in the description. I will make sure this channel
give them credit. Yeah.
Yep, gets the credit for it. Okay.
I just want to hold on before you start it. I just want to say for anybody that might know, and it's a pretty popular movie. The movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, is based off of this case.
Yes.
You know, they changed a little bit of things around and everything, but it's based off of this true story. Just want to put that out there.
Okay. And once I'm done with the videos, whoever wants to come up on panel, we're going to I know Cheryl's going to come out. She's got another story, and whoever else. Hopefully by then the drama will be over with and people will come and at least support me a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is plain. I'm going to go potty.
Anti-seizure
Okay.
medication called Dilantin. On both occasions, an EEG would come back normal, with some minor irregular patterns, but nothing that would definitively explain her symptoms.
What year was this?
This was in 1969.
Okay, I'm fine with that so far. That sounds real.
Okay.
Little spiders on me. Sorry if I blew it on you.
Well,
I served as a lieutenant general in the Army and as the national security advisor in the Trump administration. Generations of American soldiers have fought to preserve our freedoms and standing in the world. The political attacks on our tech industry could squander their sacrifices and empower communist China to surpass the United States economically and militarily. The stakes are high. We cannot let China win the tech race. Tell Congress to stand up for American innovation and America's security.
If you want to eat healthy and feel your best, you've got to try Kachava. Kachava is the world's healthiest all-in-one meal shake. It's made with over 70 plant-based superfoods and nutrients. Giving you all your essentials in one delicious meal. Cheers!
Oh, yeah.
Just water, 2 scoops, blend and go. A complete meal in seconds to keep you going for hours. Only the highest quality plant-based ingredients to fuel your body and mind. Made for health-conscious people on the go. It's amazing what you can do when you eat healthy and feel your best. Join thousands of happy customers.
Sorry about the ad,
to
guys.
achieve their health.
well, you did.
I'm back.
It was in spring
Sorry.
1973 that things took a turn for the stranger. Annalise began to hear knocking sounds in her bedroom. Sounds her sisters would hear as well. But even more alarming, Annalise also reported hearing a voice damning her to hell. Her mother was further rattled when she witnessed Annalise furiously staring at a statue of the Virgin Mary with, quote, eyes turned black, jet black, and her hands seemed to turn into thick paws with claws.
What? Those some chunky paws in her daughter. Uh-oh.
You know what? Let's not get caught up on the bare hands. I shouldn't even say that.
Yeah, we can't move past her having paws.
I knew you were gonna like that.
I don't know whoever these two guys are, but they're hilarious.
Yes,
on
they are.
Something so scary that at least they make it to where I can watch this part. The next video is hard for me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep going.
They've done a lot, and I, would love for you to watch everything they've done because they do supernatural, plus they do unsolved crimes, but they are so hilarious.
Yes.
One time they're going to see the Goat Man's Bridge, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the tall guy's always making fun of the other one because he's like a skeptic, and so they're getting out to prepare for what they're doing, and he has something in his hand, the little short guy that believes, and he's like, "What do you have? What do you have?" And he had holy water in a squirt gun.
Oh gosh. Oh my. Oh,
They're really funny.
Yeah. So they are.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, let's go.
I'm just
She
gonna
had
move
little
past.
kitty cat paws.
In September 1973, in a neurological visit with Dr. Luthi, Annalise described horrific visions of demon faces that were tormenting her and stated that she felt the devil was inside her. She also reported smelling something that had the aroma of burnt feces, a stench that many around her would report smelling at later times.
Why do all these people know what burnt feces smells like?
What?
Do you guys remember when Chris Watts said that he felt like something dark took a hold of him? And then this right here, where he talks about the burnt feces smells. I don't know if it's true or not, but according to Chris, he said that Bella was complaining of the smell. Whether, I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. But I'm just saying it's just weird how I do think he was possessed. Okay.
I can imagine it smells like feces with a little
Shit on fire?
a little fucking is that a bee? See what you get? This is what you get. Yes, sick.
Around this time, Annalise's mother described these strange occurrences to Dr. Luthi, who, according to Mrs. Michelle, advised them to consult a Jesuit, a claim that Dr. Luthi would later deny.
Yeah, that's a bad doctor.
Yeah, I mean, if he said that,
Don't go see it.
that's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not that's true, the family definitely searched for a priest and eventually found a priest named Father Alt. In November 1973, Annalise met with a Freudian psychiatrist who diagnosed her as a neurotic with possible epilepsy, and another neurologist found she had, quote, epileptic patterns, and took her off Dilantin and put her on Tegretol, a much stronger drug. In July 1975, Annalise's extremely odd behavior worsened. She barely slept and prayed fervently all night. She ate spiders and flies, and even licked her own urine up from the floor. She destroyed rosaries, crucifixes, and holy pictures on the walls.
She ate spiders and flies, you guys,
Right.
and licked her own ear. Oh, I just can't.
Uh,
I just
yeah.
can't do it.
Annalise also exhibited strength that was, quote, close to superhuman, throwing her sister, quote, as if she were a rag doll, and incredibly was observed effortlessly squeezing an apple with one hand until, quote, fragments exploded throughout the room.
I bet I could squeeze an apple till it
I
exploded.
bet you $1 million you couldn't.
Here we go. I mean, this is Germany. This is before preservatives.
You hear that in the distance? It's the excuse train coming.
Good luck with that, buddy.
You're full of shit, Ryan. She definitely
There
used
is
two
nobody.
hands.
I can believe
hand.
that.
Yeah.
But still, that's not like a
A priest named Father Rodewick, a man considered an expert on exorcisms by his peers, reported that he was convinced that Annalise was possessed, and after deliberation with the bishop, an exorcism on Annalise was formally approved. It was to be carried out by a priest named Father Renz. On September 24th, 1975, the first exorcism rite was performed. Father Renz allowed some of the exorcism sessions to be recorded, and 42 audio recordings of the exorcisms were made in total. I'm going to play some clips from those recordings, but fair warning, these recordings are perhaps the most disturbing pieces of audio I've ever heard.
Ich hab Rechte, so dass ich in dem Wald rein bin. Ich trag Idiotsnasen noch so lang, bis es happy ist. So blöde Leute. Uns geht's kein Gutes. In alle Ewigkeit.
you know, she's screaming.
No shade to my Angel, but she just kind of looks
Skipping this.
uncomfortable.
She's
Okay.
giving 110%.
I mean, do you think that sounds like it came out of a girl? Like,
Yes, it sounds like a girl doing a funny voice. But
your unrelenting skepticism is exhausting. It drains me of all happiness and energy, and I hope you know that.
Wer ich, der Judas, und der Nero, der Kain und der Hitler. Fetzt immer. Oh, den haben wir gelogen.
That's all. We're all here. It's all. I ran out of evil people to think of. The blonde man from Die Hard is also in here. Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. Heath Ledger's Joker. Not Jack Nicholson. He was too cartoonish. You had your fun.
yeah, I've had my fun.
Okay.
Annalise also named Fleischmann as one of her demons and provided accurate details of the real Fleischmann, who was a priest in the 1500s that was kicked out of the church for bad behavior. These details came as an icy shock to Father Alt, who claims Annalise would have no way of knowing Fleischmann.
That is the only thing that is strange to me. All the other stuff is just things that a person could do.
To learn more about demonic possession, we sat down with Father Gary Thomas, a Vatican-approved exorcist, who explained to us different signs of possession. All of these Annalise had.
One would be an aversion to the sacred. So a person walks in this church and can't look at a crucifix, and you only see the whites of their eyes. Another would be knowledge of hidden things, where the demon will begin to tell you things about yourself that the person themselves would have no way of knowing. Another would be possessing a kind of inordinate physical strength that they don't normally possess. Then the last sign is sort of epileptic-like seizures on a person's face and the movement of their arms and legs in a way where they lose complete control.
By May, Annalise became even worse, banging her head against the wall and biting herself and others, to the point where her family had to tie her up to prevent her from hurting herself.
And speaking of banging her head against the wall, that is exactly what the girl that I know did. And her eyes are normally very beautiful blue, and they actually turned black. That black color that they talk about, that's her eyes. And, you know, she's got cancer. So I don't know if a demon got in her or what, but it's crazy.
Well, yeah, being sick, they can get closer to her.
Yep, because, I mean, she's always been a little off, but nothing like this. Okay.
But most dangerously, Annalise refused to eat. She described it as, quote, not being permitted to eat. Despite being quite frail, likely weighing under 80 pounds, she exhibited great strength when people tried to restrain her.
Yeah, I just feel bad for her at this point.
Yeah, I do feel bad for her.
She's definitely tortured.
By June, Annalise's entire face was sunken. She also refused a doctor visit, even though she had a very high fever. On June 30th, Annalise had another exorcism, only saying please, absolution. The next morning, her family went to her room and found her dead. Despite seeking medical attention early on, Annalise refused to submit to medical attention in the end, as she and her family ultimately placed all faith of recovery into the exorcisms. She died of starvation at the age of 23 after 67 exorcisms, weighing only 68 pounds at the time of her death.
Do you think that just made her like buy into it more? If people started exercising me on the reg,
Exercising you in the reg?
yeah, I might eventually be like, I guess I'm demons.
I would agree with that frame of mind, but Annalise's belief that she was possessed predates
all the
exorcisms or the priests or any of that stuff. After her death, Annalise's parents and the two priests were accused of negligent homicide, and the case went to trial in 1978.
Could you imagine watching your daughter go through this and then them taking her to court saying she was negligent? I mean, I couldn't.
No, not at all.
Of that case.
Yeah.
First, let's review the position of the defense. The defense presented eyewitness testimony and formally submitted the recordings as evidence of possession, an idea that the court never seemed to take seriously. From a non-religious standpoint, the defense argued Annalise was permitted to deny medical treatment, as was her lawful right. For what it's worth, medical treatment might have included tranquilizing her, force-feeding her, and electroshock therapy. Quote, all presumably against her will, end quote. Family friend Thea Hine recalled in her testimony that in 1976, a few months before Annalise's death, Annalise reportedly, quote, begged on her knees for Hine to not suggest medical attention to anybody. Also worth noting is the fact that Father Alt actually looked for medical help towards the end. And on May 30th, his friend, Dr. Richard Roth, visited Annalise out of what he claims was scientific curiosity and not as a physician.
He just was like, I'm not here as a doctor. I just want to see some of this crazy shit.
Who fucking says that?
Heck, they should come onto YouTube. They'll see all sorts of crazy shit, won't they, guys?
No one's
Oh, yeah.
spiders.
That's like something you say when you go to the zoo, not when you go see someone that's tied up.
That is a bad man right there.
Okay.
In his visit, Dr. Roth claims Annalise had no external injuries, although Father Renz noted she had several bruises, a swollen cheek, and black eyes. An interesting contradiction, to say the least. Dr. Roth also denied saying, quote, there are no injections against the devil, end quote.
Shady.
Shady as fuck.
Yeah.
Curiously, in spite of all the supposed epileptic attacks, an autopsy revealed Annalise had a healthy brain with no damage that could have caused epileptic seizures. Quote, not even.
Okay. I'm sitting here reading the comments and checking conventions after these are over with. If you want to come up, I would love to hear you talk about this. If not, I understand. But yeah, I do want to hear more.
Even on a microscopic level, end quote.
I love my new home, but it might be too Victorian.
Gosh,
I need to
interesting
update
headline on
my
this.
Pants? At least Geico makes bundling my home and car
what do you
insurance
call
easy.
it?
I
My
save so
premium,
much.
I think, because I
Call
never
me
use to have
Grace.
commercials.
Oh, just call me Grace.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
What say you to that?
I mean, you know, look, I'm not a what's a brain scientist?
Neurologist?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm not a neurologist. I don't know what the.
It's funny that you said that because the neurologist said the exact same thing. Yeah.
He said I'm not a neurologist.
It probably sounds like it. You might as well.
Look, I don't fucking know.
No, go visit a Jesuit. Jesus.
Just get your shit stink out of my office.
And even more curious was the court's seeming non-consideration of facts, such as her pupils being unusually dilated and the absence of ulcers on her body, which are frequently found in victims of starvation.
See? All right.
Any quotes on that?
I mean, you know.
This is great. The tables have turned, in my opinion.
Now, let's review the position of the prosecution. The prosecution argued that Annalise had epilepsy and that the parents and two priests were liable for failing to act to save her life. The defense tore down notions of possession. They questioned the credibility of Father Alt, with the conclusion from two experts that Father Alt exhibited signs of schizophrenia.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
He wasn't the guy that was doing the exorcisms, but he was the guy that initially helped Annalise in the beginning.
The prosecution also argued that the medications given successfully suppressed the epilepsy-like seizures, and argued that that suppression morphed into, quote, a delusional psychosis associated with epilepsy, end quote. They argued that Annalise's psychosis was exacerbated by the exorcism, which only played into her fantasy. To piggyback on that, Annalise often went through phases between exorcisms where she behaved normally. Even though she would behave as a possessed person during exorcisms, it's unclear if the epilepsy-like seizures were stopped by medication or if they actually stopped on their own. But Annalise's psychotic visions predate the alleged medical suppression.
Weird.
Yeah. I'm just stopping it for a second. We're going to go back.
Sorry.
Basically, they're saying that the psychosis was brought on by the suppression of the drugs.
Yeah.
But this psychosis predates the drugs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In the end, the court ruled in favor of the prosecution, sentencing the four defendants to 6 months in prison with suspension for 3 years and payment for all court costs. The court ruled that Annalise was unable to make decisions for herself and should have been forced to submit to medical care. Professor Felicitas D. Goodman, an author of a book on the case, notes the theories that Annalise was epileptic were presented as, quote, a statement of undisputable fact, not conjecture, as in fact they had been, end quote. How do you tell the difference between possession and mental health?
Sometimes both are going along side by side. You have to determine what is the root cause of the suffering of this individual. You start out with a discernment, and the discernment involves myself and a whole team of people. I have a medical doctor, a clinical psychologist, and a psychiatrist. In fact, a formal exorcism only happens as the last resort.
Given the evidence that we've seen and all the strange occurrences and the voices, I think there's sufficient evidence to not conclusively rule out that she was possessed beyond a reasonable doubt.
Sure.
So you acknowledge that.
I acknowledge there's a lot of factors in this case. I personally think there's something going on with mental health, and I also think that 67 exorcisms probably don't leave your mind in a good spot.
I could see both sides. I could see how it would be mental health. I could see how it would be a possession. I lean towards possession. That being said, she should have gone to the hospital.
Yeah, get that girl to a hospital, please.
She's possessed or not, fucking force her to go to the hospital and let the doctors be like, holy shit, the shit's floating around.
PSA, if your kid's seeing spiders.
Don't take him to an exorcist. Take him to an exorcist, but do it at the hospital.
No, don't take them straight to the hospital.
You can do both. That's what I'm saying. You can do both. You can have it happen at the hospital.
Okay,
fine. Yeah.
Let's
Regardless
go.
of the court ruling, many have debated what actually led to Annalise's death.
Over.
Was it a case of mental illness, possibly epilepsy? Or was this a legitimate case of demonic possession? Whatever the real reason may be, the case of Annalise Michel is a tragedy and will always remain unsolved.
After I get done playing this next one, it's not very long. I think, what is it, Amanda?
I'm thinking about 6 minutes or so.
Yeah. I'm going to say right now that it is possession, especially after hearing what she said in English when they take
Yeah, you guys watch subtitles.
Yes, yeah, we have subtitles on here, so okay.
This flashlight is basically a lightsaber.
Of course, we gotta.
This new military flashlight is...
Can you guys see it?
I can.
Okay.
Ja, aber die wenigsten beten. Ja. Und die Kirche wird am allerwenigsten gebeten, weil die Pfarrer ja das für unmodern halten. Ja. Ja. Fast. Die Dinosaurier sind eine Ahnung. Warum? Nein, ich sag's nicht. Weil er eine starke ja. Eine starke Waffe ist. Ja.
Oh, you guys, it just gives me
Chills, yeah.
You think? I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Okay, let's go. Get through this.
Ja, gegen uns.
Eine gewaltige Macht. Ja. Can you pause it for a second?
Oh, yes. And I'm not even, I'll pause it as many times as you want.
I'm just saying, like, does anybody know any mental illness that would cause somebody to talk like that? Because I don't.
I'm telling you what, my cousin's daughter has 28 different personalities, you guys. I've seen them. I've seen 3 of the personalities with my own eyes. She's an adult. And when she turned into the 2-year-old and turned the electric stove on and crawled up and burnt her hands and knees, 3rd-degree burns. This was like 4 years ago at the most. And her voice never changed with the baby. But when she turns into the 84-year-old German lady, her voice, she can speak German. And this is when they talk about multi-personalities and split personalities, it's almost like they have demons in them. And when they're, so go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's it. Well, Irvin's saying schizophrenia. I mean, I've studied a lot of psychology, but I've never saw anything like this, or, you know, the way she talks. And I mean, it's like any of them that you look at, like you were talking about, sometimes they know languages that they didn't know.
And Paige is, when she was a little girl, she's my cousin who has the 28 different personality disorders. What's crazy is she was SA'd as a little girl from the time she was little. And they say that when that happens, a demonic possession.
Well, they'll create other personalities too, you know, to not deal with it.
Well, she even turns into a man. I've not seen the man. She turns into a teenage boy who acts like John Travolta in Grease. No shit. And I think that boy's 16. It's weird. It's scary.
Right, Ginger.
Lynn, I can't do this at night. I don't want you, dear. Lynn says at TCA, sweetie, I can't do this at night.
I mean, some of us can't do it in the daytime.
I can't. Well, you know me. I freak myself out. So I don't blame you. You can come back in once it's over with if you want. If not, I don't blame you. Thank you for stopping in. Let's finish this and get it over.
Yeah.
Oh, die Drecksau, die Bäden. Ja, genau. Das kann Ihnen noch Ihr Glück sein. Aber das Ding, das gäbe Sachen, wenn wir den kriegen, die Drecksau, das ist an Ihnen eingepflanzt. Ja, ja.
Oh.
What?
It's scary.
Oh, don't scare me like that.
Ja.
Oh.
Müssen Sie der Drecksau aus Westbuchstaben kapiert? Aber das ist vor allem ein Auftrag von dir.
Then LDS, the protection prayer.
Was weißt du das nicht?
Is it really Without Borders? She says it's making her nauseous. I did a prayer before we started that.
And then we'll do a prayer before the end too.
And Without Borders, I promise you, you have enough faith that there ain't no evil gonna get you either. Just say your prayers. Okay, let's get this over with. Oh, it was more than 6 minutes. It was 10 minutes and 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, okay.
Ja, die Kirchenbank muss wieder neu. Ja. Die Mitte.
Oh.
Die müssen als Priester erkennbar sein. Und zweimal passiert.
Damn.
That's not human.
Well, you freaking think? There ain't no human about this. Ugh.
It's freaky to listen to.
In die kirchlichen Dienst dürfen Sachen im Eidrede, wenn sie es gemacht haben.
Did it just say they are no longer to serve the church? Something like that?
I don't know. I was looking at chat.
Yeah, well, I stopped it because I had to.
She said something about the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Das muss gebeten. Wenn sie es gemacht haben.
Oh, sucker. Dang it. I'm not good with this.
Wenn sie es gemacht haben.
And if they have done that, they are no longer to serve the church.
Mm.
Yep.
Add.
Let me be direct. Some people are paying more than
Dang.
double for teeth straightening with
I don't know how to
Invisalign.
do that
And then
premium. Okay, what is a Nero? I am a Nero.
Isn't that some kind of money?
Nero?
Like a Nero?
Nero,
I think it's some kind of money.
hold on and I'll tell you. I can't even pronounce this word. Langenscheidt. Hold on. Nero is black. What is Nero? Translation, it's black. Something that is black in color or dark skinned. I didn't know that.
Me either.
Let's see. Yeah, that's in Italian. So somebody was in the group or in the chat earlier saying that I think it might have been checking conviction, said they usually speak in Italian. Is this Italian or German?
I heard that they usually speak in, oh my God, it may be Latin. I may be wrong though.
You just said that. Oh well, I don't know. Okay. Irvin says that it is a bit Italian, old Latin style. And Autumn said she used to, or she tried to take Latin. Someone pissed in her Cheerios. I agree. Gosh. Okay, what's that say? What did that just say? Sorry, guys. Where did it go? I want to know what. Okay. Wazir. Oh, well. He must give it to the people. How? What is that? What is that? What is that? I want to know what that is. Wooserberg. I'm sorry, guys. I got to look this up. Wurzburg. Whatever that means. That is in Germany. It's a city in Germany.
Oh.
You guys,
Yeah.
I'm getting history and social studies at the same time.
Right.
Freaking demon. Mark wants to take her to karaoke night.
What?
Oh my gosh. Mark wants to take her to karaoke.
So, dass an die meiste Leute rankommt. Probiert. Maul. Wie soll er Maul halten? Die Schwester müsse in ihrer Ordenskleidung.
The sisters must go about their habits. The sisters are the nuns, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's Tam. Tamara's in here.
Oh.
I know. We were trying to get a hold of you today.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Okay. Sorry. Megan wants to hire her as a bodyguard.
I want to take her to Halloween parties, honestly.
Oh gosh. There must be obedience to the Pope. This is a freaking demon. Much preach again from the pulpit. Okay, what is the pulpit? What is a pulpit?
It's the thing that the preachers stand there and preach, right?
No, it's a cliff. Or not a... Yes, you're right, it is. Yeah, it's not a cliff. Well, they said it could be used as a cliff, but it's a platform. Yes, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Reden das mich geht. Und das Volk nicht entführen.
Are you laughing to keep you from getting scared?
No, I was reading Batgirl's comments.
Oh. Oh, is Batgirl in here? Hello, Batgirl. Okay, what is heretics? Amanda?
I don't know. Never heard that one.
She yelled it. Or he or whatever.
We'll have to look at it.
Oh, it's a person believing in or practicing religious heresy. What's heresy?
No.
Heresy definition: belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religion, doctrine. Wow. Yeah.
I just want to say, Pam, do you want to come up? Because we thought from what you were saying, you're really interested.
They are not loyal to the Pope. Those guys something. To tell all the name of Jesus and in the name of Mary. Did you guys see that? In the name of Jesus and then in the name of Mary. Wow.
Yeah, that's Catholic.
Alles sagen, was du mir zu sagen hast. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen.
That abortion?
Huh?
That's what she just said. Or he or whatever it is. Look.
You still have it on live chat.
Watch. Right there. Did you see it?
I can't honestly, I can't read that.
You can't read it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, it said that abortion. You must say
Okay.
everything that you have to say to me in the name of the... Okay, it's right after this.
Sagen, was du mir zu sagen hast. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des
Right there.
Heiligen Geistes. Amen.
And then it says, the mother of God compels you in the name of Jesus and in the name of Mary, in the name of the Father and of the Son and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Oh, that must be the Father saying that. Okay.
Yeah.
Im Namen Jesu und im Namen Maria, im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen.
Can you pause it for a second? Allison.
I just did.
Oh, okay. Did you read checking convictions?
Okay. I would just read and not... Oh, gosh. Oh. I would just read and not... Oh, gosh.
Take the words out loud.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Ah, Mark said his pit bull ran out under the bed and won't come out.
Are you serious?
That's what he said.
Are you lying, Mark? Okay, I'm going to say a prayer while this keeps playing.
Yeah.
Im Namen des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen. Sage alles. Alles. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen.
Egal, ab welchem Monat abgetrieben wird.
Das wissen wir alle. Du hast noch nicht alles gesagt. Du musst jetzt alles sagen.
Und zwar, dass die Dinge, die Embryos, nicht zur Anschauung Gottes gelangen. So.
Sage die Wahrheit.
Ja! Also nicht jetzt aufnehmen.
Wo kommen die Embryos hin, die nicht getauft sind? Nicht in die Hölle.
Nein.
Wohin?
Ja, die kommen auf.
Ja, wohin?
Dann auf.
Wohin?
Ja, das weiß man, kann ich nicht sagen.
In den Himmel.
Ja.
Also doch.
Ja, aber nicht so.
Vater der Lüge, sage die Wahrheit. Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen. Nicht zur Anschauung Gottes.
Ja, ja.
Sind aber glücklich.
Glaubt auch niemand.
Okay. Oh boy. We are done with that. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Who wants to come up? I'm going to drop the link. Are you there, Amanda?
Yeah, I'm here. I just
don't
muted
do
for a
that.
second.
Dang you.
I just muted.
Gosh.
Trying to get my baked potatoes out of the thing.
Okay, I dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. Oh my gosh, you didn't answer me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just getting my food out.
Yes, thank you for that, Broken Justice. Dropped links. I know that you dropped checking convictions and yours. Does Out of the Shadows with Ginger? Does she have a channel?
I think so.
Am I sub to that? I need to look.
I think she does, but I'm not sure.
He won't let us drop his.
Oh yeah, Irvin's privated.
By the way, I took you off as a moderator just like you asked me to. I forgot to do it the other day, so I did it now. But if you're ever wanting back in, just let me know, as long as you don't play rogue mod and delete all my or block all my subscribers like somebody else did.
I don't think he would do that. I think he just got blamed for it.
He never got blamed for it, did he?
He got blamed for it on Natasha's channel.
Well, he didn't. He wasn't even a mod in mine. It was down to 3.
No, he didn't get blamed for you. He just meant in general.
Yeah. There was, I know 3 or 4 people's channels that had it happen, but mine was the most because I was the dumb one and didn't know how to check for people that are blocked. And Dave G's the one that asked me to go look to see if he was blocked. And I just looked at, there was like 7 people and I go, you wasn't one of them, but I didn't know you could scroll down. There was how many? 206. Yep.
Hey, there's Ginger. Ginger, do you have a channel?
I'm looking. Yes, and I'm subscribed to her. Yep, I'm already
okay.
Subscribed. Drop her link, Broken Justice, if you can. And anybody else that has a channel, drop them. I want to make sure that we are supporting each other and not bashing each other.
All right.
Megan, Think for Yourself has a channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to her, oh my gosh, she's the one that taught me everything I know. When it comes
I think I'm subscribed to her.
Yes, you are.
Already.
You are. I don't know where she's been. I think Bowser's been keeping her preoccupied because she's never on anymore.
Okay, that's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I should have went to his channel, but I didn't think about it until just now. Does anybody want to come up?
Yeah, I was going to say, Tam, do you want to come up? When I know you was really interested in the other day.
Think for Yourself. You all need to give her a break. She is probably just having a bad day. We all have days like this. Who are you talking about? Did I say something?
I don't think so.
Well, I didn't think so. I don't know. I need to get that.
Probably talking about somebody else.
I don't know. Yeah, we do all have bad days, and I agree with you. If it's not just every day and all the time.
Yeah, every day is a little bit.
It gets old. I hate it. Let's see. Where is? I'm trying to find Autumn's comment so I can get that off. I had her comment in. Oh well, news scroll hole. Well, should get a lot of these guys in here subscribing.
Yeah. Every little bit counts.
Exactly. I don't know where. I don't know. What are you doing, Amanda? Are you
I'm trying to
cooking
No.
potatoes?
I'm just trying to get the food out, get it together. Okay. No, it should only take a second.
Okay. Why
All
can
right.
I not find that comment?
What comment?
The one that I've got pinned.
Oh, let me look. Probably too far back.
No, I'm at the very beginning and I've worked my way because she was one of the very first people that come in.
Who made it?
Huh?
Who made the comment?
Autumn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right here it is. Okay, there. I'm gonna drop Cheryl or Broken Justice. I meant you know. I know you wanted to come up. I'm dropping the link again for anybody that wants to come up and chit chat with us. I would love to hear Cheryl's story, Broken Justice. I mean, and Checking Convictions has a story. I think was Irvin one of them.
I'm not sure about Irvin.
I don't know, but I would love to hear these stories. And yes, you're right. I think it was Autumn that said it's nice to just have a few mods. You know, I'm not going to let that one rogue mod hurt me or ruin me. Like I said, I still haven't got all my subscribers back because I don't even know how long those people were blocked for.
How many were taken again?
206 or 207.
God, that's a lot.
You think it was a lot. And I've only got like 60 of them back, and I made a post about it. I talked about it. It is what it is, but I still trust everybody that's in here right now. I would trust 100%.
Yeah.
And if it happens again, then but I trust people. I do. And
Yeah.
that's probably why I get screwed so bad, but I'm not going to let them ruin me.
Yeah. Well, if it happens, it just happens, and
Yep.
you just got to move on. It's one bad apple.
This channel's not my life. I love getting on here and talking. Oh no, I hope you get feeling better. Checking Convictions. Well, I'm going to go back up here. I want to read something then, if you don't mind. Yeah, I got to find where Checking Convictions talked about. Okay. I'm going to find it. Okay, there are so many mental issues with most people online. Love you just have to watch their history. They may be sweet, but I agree on that. They want to lure you, just watch, and how they treat others will surely be the way they treat you in time. Oh my gosh, that was the comment that I really liked because, and that's the truth. You will if you see somebody treating their subscribers or their moderators or both bad, they're gonna treat you the same way at some point, and that happened.
Oh yeah.
Somebody that I adored. I mean, you guys, I absolutely adored these people. I really thought a lot of them, and I was nothing to them, I guess. I don't know. When I love with all my heart, and my friends and my family are my life and my kids.
Right.
Okay. I want to see what she said though about this. Wonder where Broken Justice is. Okay, Checking Convictions. This is freaky to hear. let me get this up here. But I was a child. I had something take me over and speak through me. IPT. What is IPT?
I'm not sure.
Oh gosh. How old was you? I don't know. I don't know what IPT means, but I'm sure she's still on here. She'll let us know. Okay. Part 2. I kind of remember, but my mother really said she could not wake me up, and I was speaking in a man's, oh my gosh, and words that did not make sense to her.
Oh wow, who said that?
That's Checking Conviction. She's the one that said that something was speaking through her with IPT. And then this is the second part. I kind of remember, but my mother really said she could not wake me up, and I was speaking in a man's low voice and words that did not make sense. Oh gosh.
Scary.
Broken Justice says, Checking Convictions. Are you serious? Would you go up to and tell your story? I had something happen to me when I was a child. Nothing like that, but please. Yeah, Broken Justice. She's not feeling good, but I hope one day that she will tell this story on her channel, because I will be there. I want to hear that story. Autumn says, I'm just going back and reading these, you guys. I've heard killer pupils will dilate when recounting crimes. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, but right. Let's see. I want to read if there's anything else. Here she is. She says, no, I wasn't. Whoops. What am I doing? My fingers are moving. Okay. But I know the sound of white noise that happens before I fly out of me. I guess. I do not understand it, but I only do it in a haunted house. Ugh.
Like an astral projection? Is that what you mean, like by flying out?
Autumn. It's hard to explain. 2 friends and I saw a vortex in the corner one time. We went a-running. Oh, yeah. I can only imagine, because I'd be a-running too. Let's see. Broken Justice. Well, I've never seen a ghost, so I don't believe in ghosts, I guess, but I really would like to see a ghost. No, because it would be a demon, probably. Because
Broken Justice wants the link.
Okay. Well, let me put it down again. Yeah, you guys want to listen to her, because her dad did exorcisms. Her dad was a preacher, and he did. She's got a picture somewhere. She's got to find it, that her dad was doing a cleansing. And in the picture, you could see the demon leaving the body of this person.
Eerie.
Checking Convictions. I told you the whole story. Couldn't wake me up, and I was speaking in a man's low voice. Another. It took me like 20 minutes shaking and slapping my face to wake me up. Oh my gosh. That's scary.
Yeah.
That is really, really, really scary.
Do you remember anything about it? Or was it just like unconscious?
Oh my gosh. Out of the shadow.
Oh, she said astral projection. Oh gosh.
Hello. out of the shadows with Ginger, she said she's actually seen a possession.
Oh, I gotta shut this down. Hang on. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
Well, I think I have too. With
Is it okay?
Yeah, you're fine. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I look terrible. I've been working all day. Yeah, when I was a child, I got a hold of the Ouija board, and my dad was a preacher.
I'm gonna mute myself, guys, while you talk. I want to hear
Okay.
that. Are you talking? You can talk.
Have checking convictions. Have you been in a haunted house before? I mean, and I can't see chat, so.
Amanda, are you still on here?
Yeah, I
Amanda?
just muted. Yep, I just muted.
Well, you guys, I'm gonna rent. My dogs are barking, and I'm kind of freaked out. I just want to go check on them. Cheryl, go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Amanda, will you keep looking at the comments for her in case somebody has a question until I get back?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Cheryl, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just listening to her.
No,
Hey.
Cheryl, you go ahead and talk. I'm gonna run out and check on
Yeah.
my dogs. I'll be
Okay.
right back in. You go ahead.
Well,
Amanda's gonna check the comments.
okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Do I have? I think that let me see. I think I've got to shut. Let me shut down the YouTube.
Okay, we hear you fine though.
Okay, but I'm hearing her.
Oh, okay.
That's why that it's not working too well. Okay, let's see. Now let me get back. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my dad was a preacher. I mean, like the first story was somehow, I don't know, a friend of mine bought me a Ouija board for my birthday or something, and my mom wouldn't let me have it. She took the board and threw it in the trash, and she took I forgot what you call them. You know, the thing that you put your fingers on. I can't remember what it's called. But she took that.
It's like a planchet or a blanchet or something like that.
She took that and destroyed it with a hammer. And she told me that was evil and that for me not to ever mess with anything like that. Well, my dad just built me a playhouse. And so I went out in the trash and I got the board because it was a really hard board, a really nice board, and I was going to use it to put my papers on and, you know, write on it and stuff. And I put it up on a bookshelf, laying flat down. And I was standing at the door of my playhouse, and that thing come up off of that shelf and slammed down on my toes and went into the board, into the floor. Inside, I mean, and it went down. It hit so hard it broke 4 of my toes. And, yes, and I got a spanking for that, you know, because I got the Ouija board out of the trash. And so my dad, you know, he prayed and he blessed my playhouse, you know, so that I could play in there again and stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't have believed it if it hadn't happened to me, you know?
Oh yeah.
And I would have, we went through every explanation there could have been. And I was small. I mean, I was in 4th grade. And
oh yeah.
They were trying to figure out every way it could have come up off of that of the shelf, but it was laying. If it had been standing up, that would have been different, but it was laying flat. And
oh my gosh.
So, needless to say, I never did that again. My friends, you know, there's a couple of my friends that they did mess with the Ouija board, and one of my friends, it totally, once she started playing with that board, she played with it every day, and she changed. She totally changed. And we met back up when we were adults, and she said that she thinks that she brought something out of that board with her because like she got into drugs and she was a prostitute when we met up. And
that's what we were talking about earlier about, you know, just evil when you're down, even just being on drugs.
And
when
she
you're
wanted,
down.
yeah, and she was wanting to know if my dad was still alive because she said that she had to get it out of her. She said she knew something was in her.
Yeah.
And she scared me. I mean, nothing scares me, but this girl scared me. The way that she acted, and she just did. She scared me. And so I haven't seen her ever again, so I don't know what happened to her. But I mean, that was my story about the Ouija board. But my mom was, Halloween was her favorite time of the year, being a preacher's wife. I mean, she loved scaring us. She loved ghost stories. But she said that my sisters was much older than me, and they were in the living room with a bunch of her friends, my sister was, and they were playing with the Ouija board. And my mom and dad and this other lady were in the kitchen. And they didn't know, my mom and dad didn't know that my sister was in there. Well, they were having a seance. That's what it was. They were having a seance. And my sister got really scared and ran into the kitchen. And she said it wasn't but about, 2 or 3 feet to the kitchen. And she said the coffee table that they were sitting around moved at least 2 feet.
Oh my gosh.
And when it got, and she said it was at the edge of the kitchen, and it just sit there, and the coffee table on one end was going up and down and up and down. It wouldn't go in the kitchen. My dad was in there. Because my dad.
That's scary.
And I didn't believe them. I thought they were pulling my leg until my mom told me the story. And my dad was sitting there when she told, because my mom used to, try to scare us. But my dad said that really did happen. And he said that he knows that the reason it didn't come in the kitchen is because he was there. And because, I mean, my dad, he was called by God to be a preacher. He was not one that just decided to be a preacher. It was a calling, because my dad, when he was young, used to drink, smoke, cuss, go out and party and get drunk. My mom was a Christian before my dad. And he said that, and he said when he quit drinking is when that God laid it on his heart, and God kept bothering him until he went and got saved and got ordained as a preacher. And then he went to seminary school and and got his license. And he couldn't read or write. He couldn't read or write, but he passed that test with flying colors.
Oh wow. God working with him.
See, we when I was growing up, my dad always had someone that read for him. He had somewhat the same person read the Bible for him while he preached. And I was so excited. I remember being so little, and I read the Bible to him when I was little, and I would practice with him because I just could not wait till I got old enough to where that I could take that girl's place. And he told me someday you will be able to take her place, because they worked in harmony and he was used to her. And he passed away before I got to do that. So
Yeah.
It was
That's sad. I wish I had got to.
Yeah, I mean, they adopted me when they in their 50s. So but where I seen him do it, he only did like 5 exorcisms, and the one that they got a picture, and it's with a Polaroid that the picture's produced right there in front of you. So I know the picture has not been doctored, and I know it's not fake. I seen it myself, and I saw when I was little, I saw it looked like smoke come up out of this guy's head, and I thought he was smoking a cigarette in church. When when you're little, you don't put those things together like that. And so it was amazing. And I also seen like several people. My dad used to shake hands with everybody that he meet. Hello, and you'd shake their hand. I saw several men that my dad said hello to and went to shake their hand. And when he would touch them, they would just flip out. I saw that 3 times. And then one guy would not even go near my dad. And so, and I don't believe in ghosts and stuff. I'm a skeptic. I am. But I do believe in this because my dad was a different kind of man. I know that he was called by God because he lived what he preached. He was a good man, and he didn't shove it down us kids' throats, religion. And he was and it was Assembly of God is the church that's what kind of religion it was, strict. And, but they were so good the way that they taught us, good morals. And I saw the goodness in him, and I felt it every day. And I miss him terribly. I was 17 when he died.
Oh my gosh. That's awful. 17 years old. I don't know.
That's so young.
Well, I believe that your dad is in you because you're an amazing person.
Thank you.
And when you talk about ghosts, I do not believe in ghosts. I really don't. I believe that, I believe
demons.
They are, because they can come, like people that say they see their mother or their father in their dreams or in the middle of the night. That demon can literally turn himself into make it look like he's your grandmother. Because in the Bible it says that.
I'm sorry. I gotta plug my phone in before it dies. So give me a sec.
When in the Bible it says right there that when the second coming of Jesus, he will raise the dead in Christ first. So that means they're just sleeping. Anybody that is with God, they're sleeping until he comes again. I do believe that God sends angels like in us. There's so many good people in the world. You see all these people doing good deeds, or let's say, the other day I was at the gas station and I looked at a lady and I told her I loved her hair, and I just complimented her, and she got tears in her eyes, and she's like, "Thank you so much for telling me that." She says, "I have had the worst day ever, and I needed something to let me know that there's good people in the world." And God will send us at a time that when we need it.
Right.
And that's just I mean, I don't know, but I believe in everything that the Bible says because it's happening. You can't say that it's just a book. I mean,
Right.
I'm going to be doing a video probably, literally, I'll probably be doing it before Tuesday. I want to do a video, and it's going to be a longer one of what's going on in the world and how it does go along with Bible prophecy.
Oh, that's great. I'd love to hear that.
Yep, Zelensky, Trump, Elon Musk. I'm going to tell you all my feelings on it, and that's another one that I would love for Think for Yourself to be in here, or even on my panel with that one. Because there is so much going on with the world, and the Uranus, what's it in the solar system and stuff. Yeah. Heaven in the Greek mythology of it is actually Uranus. Did you guys know that? I just found that out yesterday.
No, but I love studying Greek mythology in school.
Yep, and CERN. Surely you guys have all heard of CERN.
No.
Oh yeah, look it up. It's called CERN, and this is a huge scientific lab that is actually trying to make holes in the universe, and they're messing with God's country is what they're doing. But they're the ones that say, what are those holes that people like?
The black hole?
Yeah, they're trying to make them. And they're saying, I got to look more into it, but there was something on the news that Uranus is gonna, oh gosh, you know what I mean. I know it sounds like something else, but it's called Uranus. Anyways,
yeah,
they're gonna probe it. You guys look it up.
Sorry, I can't help it.
I will never get through this video if I keep talking about it.
I mean, they're trying to make black holes to see if they can. There's a lot to see if they can travel through them too, and yeah,
they should not be doing that. That is messing with God's country. They are trying to play God. Just like who was that one? Oh, that awful singer. He had the concert. You know who I'm talking about, and all those people got
yeah, I can't remember his name.
They say that he opened the gates to hell, and that's where you see so much more evil out there now. If you think about it, it's probably true. Anyways, I'm going to do a huge video. It's going to probably be a 3-hour video when I do that one because there's so much of it. But anyways, I'm going to get off of that and let Cheryl finish.
I'll tell you. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story. My mom, when she got sick, she lived with me for 12 years. She had a stroke, and I would cry because I knew I was going to lose her, and I would cry about it. And she'd say, "Don't cry. Everybody's got to die." And she said, "I'm going to be in a better place." And she goes, "But you know something?" She goes, "If I can come back and haunt you, I'm going to." She said, she goes, "I will be your first ghost that you see because I'll make sure." And so my mom, I've never gotten visited by my mom, but I know that if that was possible, she would have come back. Yes.
Yeah.
That was her. I mean, you just had to, it was so weird, a preacher's wife loving Halloween. And she would have these
Halloween. I love Halloween too.
She would have Halloween parties, and there'd be 250 kids there. And she never was able to have kids, but kids loved her. And
yeah,
she was a youth leader and everything. And everybody used to, they would laugh because my mom was real abrasive. And my dad was just really sweet and loving. And then he was married to someone that wouldn't take nothing off nobody. I mean, she was just, she was real abrasive. I mean, it was just everybody was scared of her, all of her sisters, and nobody messed with my mom. But she was a good woman too. I mean, but my dad he was so different. He was just such a different kind of person. I mean, I had never met anyone like him ever. Just being around him, you could feel that he was different than everybody.
I want to stop just for 1 second, Cheryl, so we can, or
Yes.
Broken Justice, sorry. I don't want to think people I'm ignoring them. I get to listening and then I don't pay attention.
I know I did that last night, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, everybody, because of that. I was nervous, and
You done great. You done
I was
great.
so scared if I looked at the chat and there was something negative that I'd probably cried, but I was just trying to get through it, because I just wanted it over with. But
Yeah,
I believe.
Travis, sorry. I was just going to go ahead.
ahead.
I'm muting.
You go ahead.
I just was going to say, yes, it was the Travis Scott concert. Thank you for that. And do a series. Yes, I plan on doing a series on them. You're probably, I'm going to have to. And Checking Conviction says, I do have a story about my pops after he passed. He came and talked to some guy I didn't know, and he was saying only things. I do believe like maybe after, but I'm talking like, let's say I would go to bed tonight and my grandma would come in like right after her being gone for 15 years or whatever, or 10 years. I just know that they say that the devil can, he can make things happen too. He's got special powers, but Autumn's right. God is in control. And if we all have God, there's nothing going to get us. We just have to have that faith. So, okay, I'll let you go back. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I forgot what I was going to say now. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. But, I do know what I was going to say. We didn't know that when I was adopted when I was a month old, and they left me at the church that my dad was holding a revival at. And we didn't find out until I was 5 years old that my dad was my real blood uncle. So that made him even happier that I was kin to him. But so that made our connection, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. But my real family, I know that my real mom was evil. I know she was really evil. She was a mean, evil person. And my stepmom used to say that my dad used to try to get her to let him pray for her, and she wouldn't let him touch her.
Yeah, that's sad, but at least you had your stepmom.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, my real mom they took my step-parents to court because they just gave me to them. And back then they didn't have adoptions and stuff. You just, you could go to school without, papers and all that. But they came back and they was going to take me back when I was 5 because she had another child. And when they went to court, she would tell me, my real mother, every time she saw me, I can't wait to get you home because I'm going to beat you to death.
Oh my God.
And, in the whole I had 9 brothers and sisters, and I had the twin. And the whole family, she made that whole family evil, except for my real dad. And my brothers and sisters to this day are the most evilest people you'd ever meet. they're so evil.
Yeah,
And
it's well, you turned out great. So you have a lot of um your your adopted dad who was amazing and your stepmom and
but
you know,
it some of it is genetics, I can tell you, because up until a certain point in my life, I acted just like them. I was mean, hateful. I was evil, is all I can say. I was a horrible person.
we all
And
make mistakes when we're younger. I mean, but you learn from those.
well, I was let's see, I was probably, I don't know, I was older. It's been 8 years ago. And I worked for the newspaper, the Oklahoman. And one morning I got up and went to work, and I went to a client's house and I felt weird. And then I went to another client's house, and it was across the street from the fire department, and I collapsed. My heart stopped.
How old was you?
It was 8 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
And the bottom half of my heart still was beating, but the top had already stopped. And the fire department, they were across the street, and the guy that my client, his son worked at the fire department, so he called him on the cell phone and got him over there immediately. And they started working on me. Well, when they told my husband that I was without oxygen so long because they tried everything and it didn't work, they said, we're going to try one more thing and that's it. We're not trying nothing else. But if we do this and her heart starts back up, she's going to be a vegetable. And so my husband was just beside himself. And so they tried it and my heart started beating again.
Wow.
And so the next morning I woke up and I thought I was just normal. I was like, and the nurses were rushing around. The doctor came in, and I thought he was going to collapse on the floor. He was white as a sheet. I said, "What is wrong with you?" And he goes, "You're not supposed to be awake." And I said, "What are you talking about? I am awake." I said, "What? I didn't know. I didn't understand."
You didn't remember any of that?
Yeah. I remembered to the point to where they were trying to put medicine in IV, and it was coming right back. My blood was not circulating, so the medicine would come right back out of my arm, because I remember that, and every time they did it, I would throw up. And that was the last thing I remember. But I had brain damage from it, and I didn't know it.
Wow.
And I think that it was the grace of God that that I woke up, because I was not supposed to wake up, and my brain rerouted. I did painting therapy, and it took 5 years for my brain to reroute. And the neurologist said that my brain rerouted faster than anyone he's ever seen.
That was God.
Yes. And like the 50 First Dates, did you see that movie?
No, I don't watch TV. Only This Is
Okay.
Us. Which you guys know how much I love This Is Us. I missed it tonight. I'm not even watching it.
I can't remember the actors that played in it, but he met this girl in a restaurant, and she lived the same day over and over, and he did it with her. And it's like every day he did the same thing, and it was like 50 First Dates. It was her first date with him over and over, because she repeated the same day. And I did that for 33 days and didn't know it. And my husband was right there to do it with me, to pretend like it was that day, so. Wow. And I don't even, I didn't know that there was anything wrong with me. And I would take the caps off of everything we bought that had caps, bleach, laundry detergent, anything, shampoo, I would take all the caps off of it. And then I went to my husband one day and I said, why are you taking the caps off of everything? I am sick and tired of going and finding the caps removed from everything that we have in the house. And he goes, honey, I'm not doing that. And I said, you have to be. We're the only two living here. He said, open your hand.
Hold on a minute. Amanda? Well, she's on. Hold on. She's up here again.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, the other one's gone.
I don't know. I had to come back in because I had to answer a message.
Oh, and you know how Cheryl, you was talking about how your real mother was evil and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
The girl that was friends with for 35 years, her daughter, I babysat her when I was like 14 years old. So we were really close. And I never knew this about my friend. Like I've said it before, I thought she was perfect. I idolized this woman. She was just really good at faking a lot of stuff. And it's weird that you said that about your mom and your dad, because she told me one day, she said, you know what, Allie? And I said, what? She said, my mother taught me how not to be her. And it's just like, wow, because she is an amazing mother, an amazing wife. But she sobbed to me on the phone the other night for 45 minutes. She said, my own mother broke me as a daughter, but made me such a strong wife and a strong mother to my kids. But she is so broken. When she starts talking about how her mother, what she did to her, yeah, it's just awful.
Can you imagine having a good mother, and that teaches you really well and loves you, and then have them turn into someone else and they have no answers? I mean, I know my mom, my real dad, I didn't have a whole lot to do with him. He passed away a few months back, but he was still my dad. He lived in Utah and then moved to Arizona. So I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. My stepdad, who is my father, he raised me from the time I think I was 3 when him and my mom got together and 6 when they got married. They were very strict on us. I remember when I was 9 years old, having to spray thistles just to make sure I had money to buy school clothes with. And I worked for a farmer, and every day other than Sundays, all day from sun up till sundown, I sprayed thistles, walked around in a field, spraying all these thistles. And what is that? I'm sorry. What's thistles?
They're almost like a cactus.
Yeah.
And they're in the fields and they hurt like heck, but you got to spray them with a certain thing and it kills them because the cattle run through there. And anyways, that's what I did. And I remember when my second to my oldest sister, she was 15 or 14 when she started working at a grocery store. And my dad and my mom made her give 20% of her check to them. And, we talk about that now and we have a lot of anger sometimes about it, but it did make us very, very hard workers. But my dad and my mom drank, so they were in the bars a lot. And that has affected me. I still won't. My oldest daughter will be 31, and then my middle daughter just turned 18, and my youngest daughter, she'll be 17 next month. And I still won't drink in front of them because I know what it did to me watching my mom and dad drink, and I didn't like it. Not that they never beat us or anything like that. I just my dad, he would get drunk and he would make oyster stew, and then he would pass out and he'd forget it on the stove, and all this, the smell of that. I remember it. I'd have to clean it up the next day before I went to school. It was just so gross, and I still cannot stand the smell of oyster stew because of that.
Wow.
But it does. Things affect us when we're kids, and
Well,
it affects us when we're older.
And it's so strange, there was 9 of us kids, and I was the only one adopted. But all of the boys are alcoholics, every one of them. And they said that my real dad didn't drink, and they said that she didn't drink. But they're all alcoholics. So I think that the way she treated them made them turn to liquor.
Yeah.
And like my mom convinced me when we were going to court, I didn't have to go, but my mom convinced me to go and stay a weekend with my real family and at least get to know them. My stepmom was really good. She would tell me that your brothers and sisters, you love them. She didn't talk bad about my stepmom or anything. And I went over there, and my older brothers was leading us, me and my sister. They wanted us to go to the pond with them. So I got halfway there and I took off running the other way because I was homesick, and I ran away. I was going down the highway, and my sister told me when we were grown up, she said, that day they took her down there to that pond and they raped her.
Oh, that's sick.
And that would have happened to me too. And she told me when I started running to go home, she goes, run, just keep running. And my stepmom had a feeling something was wrong, and she met me halfway.
Wow.
And my real mother didn't even bother to go look for me. I was, 5 years old. And she didn't even bother to worry if a car hit me or anything. And she didn't care. And my sister told her about my brothers molesting her, and she didn't care.
Oh, that's sad. Amanda, are you still on here?
Yep, I'm just muted.
Oh, well,
You
okay.
know, we're just talking and we're just leaving her out. I'm sorry.
Amanda,
Amanda.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Do you
It's
have
fine.
anything
You need to
want
tell your
talk
story.
about, Amanda?
Huh?
Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Not right now. I have the videos I'd like to.
Yeah, when you get the videos, you definitely need to. And Cheryl, when you get that picture.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, hopefully we can do it all in one night.
And one thing I want to tell y'all, my stepdad, the preacher, he looked identical to Andy Griffith.
Oh, wow. I love him.
They could have
I do
been
too.
twins.
Wow.
They could have been twins.
Yeah.
And I cannot watch that show. I used to watch it all the time. I can't watch anymore. I cry.
Those
Aw.
types of shows, Little House on the Prairie, the Andy Griffith.
Yeah, the good stuff.
I can't watch this just like this this music, like that Travis Scott that they play. I'm into the old country, like Conway Twitty, George Strait, Elvis Presley, Kenny Rogers. That is the
Beach Boys.
I liked them, but Hank Williams and Conway Twitty and George Strait, there will never ever be singers like that again.
No.
The country music isn't even country music
No,
anymore.
it's not country.
The videos are nothing but sex. They exploit sex, drugs, and everything else. It is so gross.
Have you heard that new country singer that has the YouTube channel? What is his name?
They all have a YouTube channel.
No, I mean, no, but he's like down to earth. He really chats with you. And
really, who is it?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of his name.
Well, if you do, message it to me.
Okay, I could tell you every day except today. I could tell you just.
You guys know who added me on TikTok?
Who?
Randy Travis.
What?
Randy Travis added me on TikTok.
I tell you,
that's
I
good.
see Randy Travis, and I just want to cry.
Oh, but he's still going. I mean, he's still
right. I can, but you can tell he's a good person. I mean,
oh, he is a very good person. Very.
Is he sick or something?
He's got Parkinson's.
He had,
I didn't know
I
that.
thought he had a stroke.
I thought, or he did have a stroke, but he has Parkinson's too.
Oh, he does.
Uh-huh.
So he's fighting both of them.
Yeah, he's still, he gets around in his house with his wheelchair and stuff, but he's so,
it's just so sad.
Oh, he's pretty bad then.
But you don't ever hear him complain, ever.
No.
Yeah.
That's why when I see people like that and I look at my life, I try not to complain a lot. I you know, especially when I see, there was a girl that she was with her dad and they went to the beach and she got bit by a shark and lost both of her arms and one of her legs.
Oh my gosh.
And do you know that they videoed from the time she got to the hospital, she had surgery, when she woke up, and not once has she ever complained about anything.
Wow.
Did
She says,
she start surfing again?
no, she couldn't. She don't know way. Yeah. She's only got the one, but her arms. And then there was another, somebody else. Which one was this? Oh, this young couple, the husband and the wife, they were like 19 when they got married. And 10 years later, she's taking care of him. He's a quadriplegic. It was like, I think their wedding night is when he got hit by a drunk driver. And
oh God, please.
He had that girl and him, they are so in love. 10 years together. They've actually got a little girl now, but he is a quadriplegic and she takes care of him, everything. And not once does he complain and not once does she complain.
And I remember, you know, when I had bad times and stuff, I complain a lot, you know, and I tell myself, shut up. You know, people have it so much worse than you do. What are you doing?
Yep.
And
I complain a lot about like with having lupus and, you know, now my hair follicle is almost dead.
I'm just like,
and
you know,
anyways, I, you know, so with lupus and then fibromyalgia, you just have a lot of aches and pains with it, just a lot. But I complain, but then I don't, because I mean, for 50 years old, and having what I've had, I've got a compression fracture now, but I don't ever, I may complain to Jim, oh, my feet hurt or my back hurts or whatever. But I don't like I don't like to like make it like these people that sad fish for it. I could not do that. I could not do that.
Never.
For people to send me money to talk about how everybody on here, we all have something going on in our lives. Every one of us, every channel creator. And I don't hear a lot of other people that beg for money because of what's going on in their life.
Well, I just can't believe that, you know, everybody can't see through what they're doing. And I would be afraid that God would strike me with lightning, some of the things that they pull.
Well, they say in the end times, you know, what used to be considered bad is now considered good, and what used to be considered good is now considered bad. And that's the way it is. I mean, you look at it. There's more. Where does the most of the money go on here? It's not for true crime. It's for drama. As Natasha said, drama sells.
That's what you do. Yeah, drama is what sells.
I will go without before I do what they do. I mean, it's okay to talk about it and
what those subscribers need to look at. they need to look at what kind of people are they in their hearts if they don't care about missing people and dead people that have, I mean, for them to think that it's better for them to be over there talking about people and wishing bad things on people. Do they ever stop and think what kind of people they are? Do they?
Yeah, I don't know.
I had to stop and think what kind of person I was. You talk about, that guy got hit by a drunk driver. When I was 22, a drunk driver hit me. I was headed to a bar. And I just got off work, and it almost killed me. It crushed my skull. It ripped my face off.
Oh my gosh.
I was in the hospital for like 7 months.
Wow. How old was you?
22.
You were just young.
Yeah. And
driver hit you?
Yeah. I look different than what I used to. I do because of the plastic surgery, but yeah, I mean, and it took over a year for me to even, feel normal again, go outside again. And I went back to work. I worked for the state of Oklahoma, and from the grace of God, because they paid me, I was the youngest and the last one grandfathered in. I couldn't be fired for no reason ever.
Oh, wow.
And they paid me the whole time. I had good insurance, but it was J.C. Potter's grandson that hit me.
Who?
And J.C. Potter.
Oh, no, J.C. Potter.
The sausage, it's sausage, J.C. Potter sausage.
Never heard of it.
It's real popular here. It's like.
Did you get a settlement out of that?
Yeah, I got a settlement. And I got a trust fund that, would take care of anything in the future, but it only takes care of my right side. It'll do a facelift. It will do a facelift, if I droop or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And you can feel it. I mean, my head, my skull is all crooked. It has like dents in it. And
well, I don't know who your surgeon was. They did an excellent job, and I would have never thought that.
I used to have, when I went to, I didn't have a seatbelt on. If I had had a seatbelt on, it would have cut my legs off. I bounced up out of the seat and went through the windshield, and then come back and was put back in the seat. And when I come back in the seat, the windshield caught me right here and ripped it all off. And I used to have a scar from here to here, and it was black. First it was white, and then it would turn black. And then
hold on a minute. Irvin thinks I'm dissing rap and hip hop. Irvin, no, I just don't listen. I mean, I just can't. I can't get into that kind of music. I'm not. You know what? To each their own. You probably make fun of me because I like old Kenny Rogers and Conway Twitty. That's okay.
I remember Island in the Stream. I'll never forget it. I
actually did a TikTok with Islands in the Stream.
Really? You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know you did TikTok.
Yeah. Alex Erickson got me started doing TikToks.
But
Waltons, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to.
It's okay. It's okay. But they kept me. I couldn't go to sleep. I was hemorrhaging out my ear, and I had. Oh God, it was horrible. I had glass all in my eyes, but I never lost consciousness.
Ooh, were you in pain?
No, I didn't feel any pain.
Probably from the shock.
Yeah, until they screwed the screws in me because you can't. I couldn't have pain medicine either. They screwed me to a table, and I could only watch a clock. I couldn't watch TV or anything.
They screwed you to a table?
Yes, to keep my skull, because they put my skull back together as best they could, and they had to put pressure. Oh God, I lost my phone. Sorry, I'm sorry. They had these I don't know, you know, like the rubber things that stick to the windows. You know what I'm
Suction
talking about?
cups?
Suction cups. They had those, and they had to have them. They had like this, I don't know, contraption set up to where that it kept my skull in place until it started growing back together.
Oh.
But I was
Now, do you have
hemorrhaging out.
migraines because of that now?
No,
No.
no.
Wow.
When it starts to storm,
Yeah.
I have a steel plate right here, and it's only as big as a pencil eraser. But it hurts so bad when there's
Oh, I
storms
bet.
coming.
Oh, I bet.
But I'm thankful. I mean, I'm blessed.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew God was with me. I knew I was not going to die. The ambulance people were telling me. I mean, they weren't telling me. They were talking amongst themselves that I was not going to make it to the hospital. That I was going to die before I got to the hospital because I was in such bad shape. And the first hospital they took me to, I was in too bad a shape for them to treat me. So my family made it there before they shipped me on to another hospital. And my cousin and my mom walks in the room where I am, and my cousin goes, no, my mom goes, that's not my daughter. And my cousin goes, yes, it is. And she said my mom's name. And she goes, she looked at me and she goes, you are never going to look the same.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was like, oh, no. And I had a knot that stuck out like you would not. I mean, it was as big as a softball for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. But I went back to work. I'm going to tell you this. I went back to work, and my first party was a banquet for a hospital. Oh, wait, I skipped something. The nurse that went to the trauma hospital, the special hospital, with me and rode in the ambulance with me to keep me alive until I got there. She said, I need to tell you something before we leave. And I was like, okay. And she goes, my husband is the one that hit you.
Wow. And that was the sausage, the J.C. Potter sausage.
Yes.
And that was his grandson?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And she said, do you want me to get someone else to ride with you? And I said, no, I want you to ride with me because you're going to make sure I stay alive.
Wow. Yeah.
And so that was just really bizarre. But when they cut they cut my clothes off, and I remember when they was wheeling me out, the wind was blowing real hard, and the sheet flew off of me, and I was butt naked.
Oh my gosh.
And that's all I was worried about, is I was naked.
Wow.
But I had a blood clot that was coming out my ear where I was hemorrhaging. That was as big as a basketball.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they didn't want me to touch it because they were afraid they couldn't get it to clot again.
Oh, that's terrible.
And after a while, I was just like, man, I'm tired of this. And I took it off. I was like, I got it off of me because it was so sick.
Yeah.
And I didn't bleed anymore. But I knew I wasn't going to die. I knew something was there with me. And I told, and I had glass in my eyes. I had a diamond necklace on, and it went through my chin. I still have the scars.
Oh my, a diamond necklace went through your chin?
It went through my chin and down through my tongue. And I had braces on, and I was going to get them off the next day. And it crushed my whole face, my whole mouth, everything.
Wow. Do you have like pictures of all when you were younger and all that, or did your mom take pictures
of me when I was hurt?
Yeah, when you had your accident, like before.
No.
What about before? What you looked like before?
Yeah, before. Yeah, I had pictures.
It doesn't look like anything's ever happened. They done an amazing job.
My whole face is nothing but scar tissue.
Well, 22 years old, you went through an awful lot of heartache and scary stuff at 22.
Yeah, but I think I was headed to a bar. I was drinking and driving myself.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm so thankful that it was me instead of me hitting someone and killing someone.
Yeah.
And I stopped it. I stopped.
You haven't drank since, huh?
No, I mean, I drink now. I have a drink here and there, but
Not
I don't.
drinking and driving.
I don't get behind the wheel. I don't let anybody get behind the wheel.
Good.
And people that have DUIs, just it angers me so bad.
Oh yeah.
Because I am lucky because it could have been me that killed somebody.
Yeah.
And they just gave him a slap on the wrist too because it was his 6th offense. But
his 6th offense, and he got a slap on the wrist.
Because his grandfather was rich.
Yeah.
Well, the first day I went back to work, I did a banquet and it was for the hospital. The first hospital I went to, the nurse that told me her husband did it she was there. And I was a waitress, and we split, sections, tables. We had different of the banquet.
Yeah.
And I just got her table. And he was drunk on a skunk. And the park rangers, I come out of that room and I was crying. I told him off right there in front of the whole hospital. And then I come out crying, and the park rangers went in and arrested him, took him out of there. And so he didn't learn a lesson. He didn't care.
Usually people don't if they get. Anyway, Cheryl, I've got to get off here. I got to go help my daughter.
Yes.
But thank you for coming up.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm a blabbermouth.
No. You've done great. I'm glad you came up. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you guys in the chat.
And I mean, anybody that makes fun of people's looks and stuff like that, you don't know what people's been through.
Well, exactly. Or the way they talk.
Well, and those people could be Miss America, Miss Beautiful, and they're still ugly because they're ugly inside.
Yep.
But
anyways, we'll do this again.
Yes, we will. All right. Love you and love everybody in chat. I can't see y'all.
Yeah.
And thank you for putting up with my blabbermouth.
Oh, you're fine. Thank you. Have a good night.
I love you guys. All right. Bye.
Bye. No. Oh,